Hey, did you know that if you stood on the surface of a star, you would die really quickly because your body would kind of become physics? I do. Fortunately, that's not what this is about. Today we're going to be playing Star Survivors by Krazymouse. This is apparently supposed to be similar to Vampire Survivors and that whole genre of game. What are some other games like that? Rotato, 20 Minutes Till Dawn, 3, 1. Click Nova, and let's find out how to play. So, our goal is to survive the Zerg Onslaught for 30 minutes in Starcraft time, which is 21 minutes 25 seconds in real time. If every player dies at least once, everyone loses. When a player dies, they will respawn as a ghost after 20 seconds. Well, that doesn't matter for me. Killing enemy units will drop minerals that can be collected. Once you collect enough minerals, you will gain a level point. You can use level points to purchase units and passives from the shop. The timer for the shop is directly above the minimap, but it can progress when a player levels up after a shop. Units can evolve if you acquire specific combinations of units and passives. To evolve a unit, you must have every one of its upgrades and at least one level in its respective passive, then pick up a chest. And the tips are, I can destroy enemy structures to get bonus pickups, I should evolve as many units as I can, because they're critical for success, and mounts give abilities. So evolution, that's a list of how to evolve these things. At the moment, though, I seem to just have a Nova with a gun. And I've got Snipe, which does 50 plus 40% of the target's max life and damage and slows it by 95% for 4 seconds. And killing a unit with Snipe permanently causes the canister rifle to deal an additional 0.5% of the target's maximum life. So I should be aiming for kill shots of that. And then the tactical stealth suit gives me 100% move speed and damage immunity for 1.4 seconds, so that's my escape. So that brought my canister rifle to 30. Let's see what happens if I shoot another one. Huh. Okay, so I can pick the Marine, the Firebat, or the Goliath. Well, I think I want Goliath. Let's go mech. Okay, so that sits near me and it sort of moves near me and it fires while moving. That seems pretty good. Ooh, what's that on the floor? Let's go get it. Goliath upgrade? Sure. Increases ground damage, that's pretty nice. Looks like there's some Zerg stuff down here. I wonder if we can do anything to clear that out. So I can have up to 4 units, and I can have up to 6 passives. Interesting. That's also not like how Vampire Survivors usually works. So I can get mercenary munitions plus damage, plus sight range, or plus a Goliath. I think I want another Goliath. Oh, and I get another one. So I can get a medevac, which heals nearby units and can give clip vision. I can increase my unit's splash radius by 10%. I don't have any of those. Or I can increase their range by 8.5%. I'm going to pick the medevac and Ghost. Prioritizes enemies with high life. I feel like I gotta pick that because I'm Nova. It's just on theme. Let's see what we can do about the Spine Crawler. Okay, and it looks like it dropped something. How do we get down there? Tactical airlift. Transport to target location. So I can move around with a medevac. That means I've got 2 escapes. How bad is this Queen? What happens when I snipe the Queen? That's not lethal, it looks like. Ooh, that is a lot of stuff. I really wish I had any AoE of any kind. Stutter step a bit. See, if this were real Vampire Survivors, I would have just died by now. If this were, like, at base. Okay, so Banshee gives multiple targets, more sight range. I think I want the tank because of splash damage. Bonus objective, kill all the town halls. That might take a bit. Plus 75% hero damage. It's hard to shoot with the hero, though. I'm just going to get the ghost upgrade for now. Let's run through here. Oh, I can't. For some reason I thought that would phase through units. That is very much not the case. There are a lot of infested now, and I'm not really clearing them efficiently. I should probably stand still for more DPS. I'm just worried about the inherent risks of that. There's also a lot of mineral shards on the ground, so maybe I should be running around to pick those up. Alright, let's move down here because things up there are getting a bit too spicy. Oh, those apparitions are very, very slow. Okay, so I can get the medevac, so I can escape better. I can get more minerals. I want more money.
This thing had to set him back a pretty penny.
And then I can increase the attack speed of my siege tank. I think I like that. More damage versus armored on the siege tank. That seems really good given that I'm looking at this right now. +1 ghost. That's good. Advanced optics, I think that's what I'm going to need to get the ghost to evolve, so I should probably just pick it. A bounty has appeared. Where is this? See if I can do something about this mastery. Doesn't seem like it. I'm facing a lot of pressure from these guys. I can't really get too close. Just stand here, get a few minerals, see if we can get anything. What's this? Bonus for siege tank? Sure. I think we need to bail here. Okay, so +1 siege tank. I would love another siege tank. And more tactical airlifts. I think I really want that, actually. Sight range, I don't think is as necessary. Ghost range, I think might be useful. But I really want more DPS, more than anything else. Oh, looks like something in there fucked with me. That's not good. I am running out of HP. I gotta get out of here. Oh, I see. There's an infestor. Okay. Cool. Let's try again. Later. And we're back. Let's try again, but without the part where we lost. Hopefully. So I should probably do the, like, responsible thing and pick a different character so I can showcase a different character. So I'm going to combine that with an irresponsible thing and pick the guy who's marked as hard, General Warfield. Decorated Dominion Commander can use the nuclear option and terrible damage abilities. So he gets bonus movement speed and bonus nuclear option radius per level. His gun seems pretty good. The nuclear option launches a mini nuke at the target location, dealing lots of damage based on max life. And then terrible damage. A battlecruiser lands after a short delay, dealing damage and blocking movement. Interesting, interesting. I was going to be disappointed that he can't call in another Gorgon, but this might just be funnier. Yeah. Oh, that guy looks pretty big. Okay, so we've got... The Liberator deals heavy single target damage to ground units, and grants access to the ability. Just the ability. The Viking is a dedicated anti-air, and the Widow Mine is a robotic mount that deals splash damage but destroys minerals. Widow Mine's just as toxic as normal. Let's go for this. Let's reroll again. I'm going to go for Marine.
Want a piece of me, boy?
And I would like just overall unit damage. So it seems like these Marines don't have very much range. That's interesting. And that is such a great ability flavor-wise. All we're missing is the part where the battle cruiser creates 2 bunkers after it crashes. But notably, it is kind of hard to get the money because the battle cruiser blocks it too. So I guess that's why it's the hard character ability. Let's see what the nuke does. Ooh. Really hope that doesn't friendly fire. So I want to be using these really heavily to be good with this character, it seems like. Let's do some chest. More damage. I'm a big fan of dealing damage to enemy targets. That's usually how you win at these games. Black market weapon. That's a lot of hero damage. Maybe hero damage is the build I'm supposed to be doing. But I don't want to. Let's go Banshees. Let's get even more Marines. Let's get more money.
This thing had to set him back a pretty penny.
Ooh, that is really good into that base. Let's see what the battle cruiser does. Wow, yeah, Warfield seems really good for busting bunkers. And the nuke has such a short cooldown too. This seems way better than what Nova did. And I can get 7 units with 3 passives. Okay, so that means I won't be able to evolve very many things, it sounds like. Oh, this is down. Also, I don't have an escape. That's a big advantage that Nova had. So there's this roach thing. Okay. Behemoth reactor. A revive sounds good, but also doing more damage so I don't die in the first place sounds good. I should probably play it smart and get this just in case.
Always makes me nervous.
Reroll out of this. And let's get the battle cruiser because I think this is going to evolve off of this.
Who called in the fleet?
And then we get more Banshees. I think the siege tank is just something that I want every time because splash damage is such a big deal. Oh, interesting. So I have a Yamato cannon now. That does a good chunk of damage. I'll have to remember I have that. Get the life pickup, see about minerals. It's a shame I don't have really a magnet with meaningful power. Okay, that's the thing that got me last time. The guy that blasts from a long range. So I need to figure out how to get over there. I think nukes will help me clear a path. But also, the aberrations, I'm not sure how to cut through. Okay, so increase unit splash radius. I can get that, or the Ghost, or the Hellion. I think... maybe the Ghosts?
Ghost reporting.
And then let's upgrade the Marines. Let's upgrade the Special Ordnance. Let's see about getting this battle cruiser better. More money. More money. More Banshees. More money. This formation is... okay, so there's a bounty, but... where is the bounty? is it this thing on the map? Let's clear the bottom of this ramp. And drop all the battle cruisers on the side. Oh, raptor moves seem really dangerous. Oh, it's the rocks. What are those rocks doing there? Can I do something with the rocks? Look at this chest. Yeah, I'll take more marine. That is an awkward time to get that. And I'm going to, I think, get the siege take upgrades. I will just want the Banshee to be really good. I think that's where I'm going with this. I think Hellion might be good for keeping the weak things off of me. And I'm not seeing a big argument in favor of the Vikings right now because... Oh, speak of the devil, air units are real now. There is so much stuff. I don't feel like my passive damage is enough to really cut through the level of enemies here. Oh, there's so many things over here. I guess I just accept all of them. Nuke through this, and maybe then we can push in this direction. That's a Ravager. What do I do with a Ravager? Hellion, I'll take it. Gotta dodge the corrosive files, gotta just keep using abilities. Let's see if we can get the Marine into a good place. And the battle cruiser. I'd like to get rid of this hive if at all possible. I definitely feel like I do have a decent amount of damage. Maybe I need range now. Because I feel like things are dying when they get close to me, but they're dying less at long range. And also, how do I deal with the Guardians? I think those have a ranged attack. I need some kind of healing or sustain if I want to make it to the end of this. I don't really have a sense of what the strategy for this needs to be. What will actually get me to the end. Plus 6 Marines. Yeah, I'll take that. Let's get the battle cruiser more. Multiplier, force multiplier. I definitely got clipped really badly by some of those corrosive files. And I can't get to the chest here until the battle cruiser is on. That's not ideal. There we go. That's a whole bunch of stuff that I need to manually accept. Wish I could get healing from any source. Where's the medevac this time? Oh, there's some healing. Again, manually accepting these. Should they just... do they auto-accept? If not, they really should. After a certain duration. And definitely getting that boxed-in feeling. Max out the Marine, max out... well, not max out the tank, but that was a lot of damage. Let's see about the ghost range. Can we make it up this ramp? That was painful. Does the battle cruiser give me high ground vision? It didn't feel like it was doing that. That is a Viper. And I'm really glad it's now a former Viper. Drop the battle cruiser. I want to get through and get to this hive. That is an alarming amount of enemies. Let's see if we can push through here. Oh, that is really big. We need to get away from that. Oh, it seems to actually have that much HP for how big it was. There's a lot of money here. There's a really big Guardian here. Siege tank, plus 100 versus armored. That's good. And now, which one of these do I want? I'm going to go for the Imperial Cache for that splash radius. That will help with my already really powerful tank. This is very Vampire Survivors in the sense that visually I don't have a very good sense of what's going on. I feel like my screen is just covered in effects, but unlike Vampire Survivors, I don't have the tools to just lifesteal and heal and sustain my way through everything. I do need to actually know what the enemies are doing. Really glad I've got those revives in the pocket. I hope I don't need them, but it really feels like I'm just going to get hit somewhere in here. So let's get the ghost damage, let's get more battlecruiser, let's get more battlecruiser. So how do I get the evolutions? I assume it's like Vampire Survivors and I have to find a chest. But so far my chests haven't been giving me those. Stars of Light, we're only at 9 minutes in. 2/3 of this map hasn't even happened yet. And I keep getting bungled. Where's the Infestor? Where is the Infestor? I wish I knew. Okay, maybe this chest will give me something good. Pending rewards have been claimed. What are pending rewards? Whatever. 60% range, that sounds really good. Let's max this out, let's max this out, let's max this out. See if we can nuke our way up this ramp and get out of this corner. I do want to get the other remaining hatcheries, preferably before I die. When did I full heal? How did I full heal? It feels like there's so many enemies around me. I don't know if I'm safe pushing forward. I really have no sense of what I can push into. Just gotta hope. So let's see. We've got... Based on what I'm looking at right here, I think I want the Goliath. I don't have an anti-air piece. And that gives me more Goliath. Interesting that I've got most of my stuff maxed out now, and I'm nowhere near the end of the mission. It seems like I'm going to have to survive for a really extended period with whatever stuff I get. Again, where's the Infestor? Many people are asking questions exactly like this. That's a Brutalist. I need to be somewhere else. Okay. That is an ungodly quantity of Brutalist. I hate that moving and attacking are the same button, right click. It's the kind of thing that usually works fine, but in a situation like this, it's hard to move in a direction without randomly clicking on some enemy that happens to be there. Did I just miss every evolution pairing? Outback Hunter. Special Forces battlecruisers, there we go. Those are my evolved weapons I've been looking for. Unfortunately, it does seem like I've burned through all of my behemoth reactor revives, so that could be an issue. Wish I just had, like, a name. What are these, Starbucks? Aside from a trashy Seattle-like coffee brand, what is that? Oh, I see. So I can upgrade my evolved weapons now. Let's get battlecruiser stuff. It'll pair great with my battlecruisers. So I see the problem with Warfield is that there's very little room for evolutions because you only have 3 passive slots. I hate going up ramp. It would be so much better if the battlecruiser gave me high ground vision, but it seems like despite being a battlecruiser, it doesn't have one of the features of a battlecruiser. Ignore armor. I have no idea how much armor anything has. I'm just going to assume that's good. Because otherwise, why would I be given it? Right? In any case, I just want more battlecruiser at this point. The march would be extremely slow ultimates. And I can count myself lucky that they are in fact extremely slow. If they were fast, we'd have a real problem. Definitely not sure what's happening or how to apprehend each individual threat that's on the screen right now. Oh, so that... Huh? But then why does it say revive if I died? I don't get it. Maybe that's just for the multiplayer? Okay, let's give it another go. Let's see if we can beat this. Alright, let's run this again. And this time... let's see what easy is like. Let's just play starting character Jimothy the Rainer. And also, let's have a look at these evolutions again. So, Firebat plus Juggernaut Plating, that makes sense. Goliath plus Smart Servos does not immediately make sense to me. Hellion plus Jorium. Marauder and Special Ordnance. Does the Marauder even get a Special Ordnance in Nova Covert Ops? Marine and Resocialization. Oh, so there's 2 different branches off Marine. That's interesting. And then the Special Forces Battlecruiser. Oh, so you can get the Gorgon, but you have to get the Imperial Cache. And then there's a mystery one. I guess I can look at that later to see if I can work through things. But anyway, that's not even Rainer's model, that's just Generico the Marine. Backwater Marshal gets more damage, grenade damage, and max life per level, but it's 0 max life per level, so why is it even listed? And then there's grenades that do damage to slow enemies, and the Flask gives attack speed, movement speed, and healing. That's what I really felt like I was missing last time, that healing. It does seem like I am getting max life, even though I suppose it's a, like... I was going to say it's fractional, but I seem to have gotten 1 max life per level, so clearly that can't be it. So, I think we go Liberator. which gives me access to the override targeting matrix, which makes the Liberator able to fire way faster and at all units in range. That seems pretty good. And big fan of loot as well. So I guess it's like every time this meter is filled, or rather emptied, I get a shock tick. That explains how that works. So let's grenade this whole big group of dudes. And now that the Liberator's on this side... Oh, is the Liberator not shooting buildings? Okay, Stim Pack. I guess that's mine now. What goes with Stim Pack? So, Stim Pack... Yeah, Marine plus Stim Pack. So I should look out for Marines. And the Marauder... We haven't used the Marauder yet, so let's try that. Cellular Reactor, what does that go with? That's the Banshee. Okay. So maybe we should go for that. It looks like we can get 5 units and 5 passives on gems, so we should try to line those all up and match everything. What happens if I get Stim and Resocialization and I have the Marine?
I support the Emperor of the Terran Dominion.
One way to find out. Congratulations, Jim Raynor. You now support the Emperor of the Terran Dominion. I'd say that's a novelty for you, but you very clearly sponsored Valerian's regime. Really a bit of a turn there, going from revolutionary to, oh, a guy who hasn't wronged me personally is in charge. I guess I'm totally okay with this government now. I guess it's just kind of weird to me that Starcraft was written in the context of a society that is supposed to prioritize things like democracy, but Starcraft's story never really goes in that direction. There's never really any any other system of government sentiment. All of the revolutions are just replace dictator with different dictator. Like, weirdly, the most democracy-like society in all of StarCraft is the Tal'Darim. Because while the Tal'Darim aren't a democracy in the way that we typically understand it, they do vote. They vote with their sword, but it is a legitimate process, and that's not something that really happens in any of the other cultures in StarCraft. I think it's interesting if you're a pro-democracy person, because it sort of means you have to agree with me, because I'm objectively correct. That's how political opinions work, right? Okay, fire bats. And what goes with the fire bat? Juggernaut plating, so I should look for juggernaut plating. What goes with hero weapons? Is that just its own thing that doesn't really go with anything? So I'd be sacrificing an Evo to get this. I don't like that. I'm going to reroll resocialization. What do I get with mercenary munitions? Is that... Oh, Widow Mine. That seems... Because this is raw damage, and the Widow Mine is a thing that does a ton of damage. Seems like the unit doesn't synergize with the thing that makes it evolve. I should probably have picked up special ordnance to guarantee that Marauder revive, but it's too late now. Maxed out Liberator is nice, but the L zone is not the best thing, because it just only covers a certain area at a time. It's going to be tricky to line that up with the big threat. So how do we get... I guess we should go down that ramp. What's this? Doesn't seem like anything. I like this, like, 8-bit remix of the Starcraft 1 Terran music. It's really nice. Projectile accelerators. So that goes with the tank. I don't have the tank. Now, where's that infestor? It's over here. Let's see if we can activate the Liberator and Cloud Over. That Liberator ability feels really good. It's a shame it takes over a minute to recharge, and there doesn't seem to be any way to cooldown reductionist that I've seen. Anti-armor damage from Marauder seems really good. And now I'm pinned in the corner by a wall of drones. Rare Starcraft modes. Not something that's a common problem for Starcraft players. Firebat range. Okay, so let's get the stim pack. Attack speed is just such a good stat for everything to have. I think stim pack is high priority in the same way that the equivalent item in Vampire Survivors is high priority. Grenades are all the way up to 240 damage now, that's good. I want nothing to do with a wall of banelings, thank you. See if I can get over to another hatchery. There's 19 hatcheries still in play. I want to lower that down a little. I wonder if there's any benefit to that, like if it cuts down on the enemy threat spawning at all to have fewer hatcheries in play. Okay, let's push up that Firebat. Let's push Marauders. Okay, I think this is the day we need to override that targeting module. And definitely have Raiders shooting. That damage that scales with level directly is really good. It might actually be a justification for going into one of those raw hero damage passives. I just don't like being punished from moving in a game where moving is so important. I will take those free Marauders. And Ravager here really just hammering home my point about the importance of movement. What range do these Hydras have? They're melee. How uncharacteristic. You'd think the Hydralist of all things would be a ranged threat, but I'm not complaining. Let's re-roll out of this. We've got a lot of little guys that don't do very much damage per hit. So this would go really well with the Marines. I think I do pick this. And let's get more Marines. Notably, the Marines don't seem to have very much range. They are Marines. I think we can push east and take out the bases over there. Liberator AA seems really nice, especially since it's not limited like the Liberator's main gun is, in terms of firing arc. And the hatchery randomly died somewhere in that chaos. That's good. What goes with vanadium plating, anyway? Liberator. So I should actually pick up the vanadium,
You are going
even
to
though it's
love
vanadium
that
plating.
upgrade.
And then what goes with Afterburner? Is it something I have? It's the Viking. Maybe I should do that, because... I mean, I guess the Liberator has my anti-air unlock. See what I can reroll into. Oh yeah, I want that Juggernaut plating. I don't know if armor is a good stat, but I sure know that I need it to evolve my Fire Bat. Raid Liberator. Didn't feel like reading that. Okay, Devil Dog. That slows and deals percentage-based damage, it sounds like. Interesting that these weapons list width on them. I don't think that's normally in the weapon tooltip, so I'm glad that's been manually added. Liberator is feeling really nice. That thing does a lot of damage. But perhaps my anti-air does need work. Mutalisks have very short range, that's good to know. Ooh, I feel like I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm going to get the Devil Dog. I'm going to get more Juggernaut plating. I need to be able to move around. And armor, it seems like a lot of things do low enough damage, so the armor will help a lot with mitigating that. Oh, I'm taking so much damage and I'm not sure where from. I guess it's just the Infestor. I feel like the Infestor shots get lost in all the other chaos. Welp. Am I just bad, or is this game confusing? I feel like I should just keep going until I win, but I'm not sure how to survive for long enough to make it to the end of this, because it's just so easy to die to something you don't see. I feel like it's really hard to judge which enemies are threats, and maybe that's just a skill issue. Maybe I'm just not seeing what's obviously on the screen. But I definitely feel like it's hard to keep track of what's going on. Well, golden rule, I have not been here for an hour yet, so let's keep going. So there's 2 people I haven't played as yet. I'm going to get Rory Swan. Only 2 orbitals. Huh. Swan and his bots benefit from hero and orbital passive, so I can call down 6 invulnerable Ari's war bots, which stun enemy ground units in the drop zone, and I can control them. And I can also call down repurposed Vespine harvesters. Okay, so I'm not going to be using very many orbitals at all. Like, it is specifically about Swan and the Swan boss Swan. That's interesting. I really like this, and the fact that the hero has a unique playstyle. This is a lot more unique than most heroes I see in this genre. It does seem like I need to be careful with these bots, because it's hard to have them all out at once. So since I only have a few, I guess Hellion is important just for cleaning out all of the garbage, but also Liberator, I don't know. I think I'm going to go for Hellion, and I'm going to go for Siege Tank, and I'm going to really hope that I don't need anti-air. Those Hellion beams are huge. So what I really want is the hero damage boost thing, because that'll also benefit my bot. So my combat drop is ready. Let's see if I can get up this ramp using the combat drop. Those don't do very much damage at all. But nevertheless, I need to persist and see if I can take down the country so I can get the loot inside of it. Let's get the Hellion buffs. Hero weapons, there we go. That's a huge amount of hero damage that should also affect my bots. And advanced optics. Yeah, I think I do want this just for the high ground vision. It'll make it a lot easier to move around the map. And yeah, these are doing way more damage now that I have those hero damage boosts. At least I have a build reduction. I feel like it's really hard to use bots though, because you can't have very many bots in play. They just don't regenerate fast enough. So a lot of this is just going to come down to Swan and his 2 orbitals. And I don't think with only 2 orbitals I'll be able to hold the line. I need to do something to buff up Swan. But for now, let's just get these black market weapons. That's good.
Bad out of hell.
Let's max out that Hellion. Projectile accelerators will guarantee that my siege tank has the power it needs. Advanced optics. More sight, more value. Let's see if we can ward drop this cat tree and actually do something with it. Probably best to not stack the best speed harvesters with the combat drop, because that way I have more sustained amount of bots. Smart servos, okay. So does it indicate when a passive is over here and not, like, in this chunk of the bar? Is it a bonus? Re-socialization seems really bad in this situation, since I barely have any orbitals in the first place. Hero weapons, however, seems pretty good. Attack speed. Yeah, my main gun on Swan is starting to look quite good. Maybe I just needed build focus. What are Starbucks anyway? I don't think I really understand that mechanic. I also don't understand these bounties. I don't know how to find the bounties. Let's Vespine Harvester to clean this area up. Fascinating that the Vespine Harvesters don't even harvest Vespine anymore. They just harvest Zerg blood. Various warbots are definitely a lot less embarrassing now that they actually have a few upgrades on them. I wonder what else I can do to boost their power. And there's the Infestor. I really need to keep an eagle eye out for those. Now the siege tank is maxed. hopefully that means I can get the evolved siege tank. That's going to be a siege breaker. Probably, yeah, it's a siege breaker, which does more direct damage. And now I can start upgrading that into the siege breaker, but even better. Maybe this would be a really good battle cruiser hero, because with so few spots, having the Gorgon would be a good use of time. That rate of fire on Swan is feeling really good. It just sucks that I have to stand still and not collect minerals to open fire. I wish there were a way to improve the cooldown on these abilities. Maybe there is and I'm just missing it. Let's see about getting that Siege Breaker to an even higher level. And let's combat drop into this hatchery. Do these do landing damage or attack? I'm not sure. I'll take even more speed. I should probably start pushing the damage on the box to increase speed. I also probably need some kind of durability thing just in case random infestors or whatever start causing problems for me. Or Ravagers. See, this is the problem with standing still. There's so many things that punish you for that, but I also need to do my damage. That is an insane amount of damage on these Siege Breakers that I'm not convinced is actually necessary, because I'm not sure if anything actually has that much health. Goodness, I really can't stand still with these Ravagers around, but I also have to stand still to do damage. I am probably about to die. Very fast path from feeling pretty good about where I was at to certain death. Alright, Bond, show me what you can do. Oh boy. Game's hard. This one is really hard. I can make a weapon that feels good, but I can't make a defense that feels good. And that really seems to be my downfall here. Alright, let's run it back one more time. That build felt so good until it really suddenly didn't feel good. Okay, one character I haven't tried. It's time to experience Tychus Finlay. What? I'm genuinely... This queen is out-healing my chain gun. So attack deal damage to the area around the target, and I get weapon damage per level. Well, right now, I seem to be doing no damage. Grenade deals damage and pulls the enemy unit into the center. That's good for clearing the space. But I am absolutely just getting bullied by this queen right now. And then I can dash through enemies and increase attack speed, slash radius, and weapon range for 7.1 seconds. That is a weirdly specific number of seconds, but that seems to be going around a lot in this game. So this hero feels immediately trash garbage. I feel like I'm not doing damage. So I get 3 units and 7 passives, so I should definitely be focusing on using some of those slots to make the chain gun really good. I can see the synergy here between the area damage and the Shredder Grenade. I just need to click it together. Siege tanks are siege tanks. Gonna get the Juggernaut plating so I die less, hopefully. Oh, that's cool. That is a proper dash. And now my gun is feeling... I feel like my single target damage is terrible. I should probably look into getting the Ghost or something. Or the Siege Tank in general. It might be exactly what I need here. I can shred through units in a group, maybe? Even then it doesn't feel that good. Okay, Siege Tank. Do more damage. This is the one I was looking for, the Ghost. And Resocialization, I don't get very many Siege Tanks, so Resoak seems really good. And... I don't think... I guess the Ghost is my AA here. So I can get the Banshee, maybe? What goes with the Banshee? Is it something I want? Cellular reactors. Maybe I don't want that. Maybe I reroll here. Oh yeah, and medevac. I think I need that because it gives me an escape and healing. But I just go boost that up. And let's see if I can get some payback on this hatchery now that I actually have a weapon that works. That's good, that's good. That feels playable. And that gets me a reroll and a chest and a pile of broodlings trying to eat my base. I'll take that damage. It's a good stat. I like it when my enemies are dead instead of bothering me. So what's special with this roach? Ah, it's a mini boss. So that gives me a chest. And that gives me more sight range from my medevac. Yes, that is the stat I needed. Medevac double healing rate, that's pretty nice. Now let's just boost up the siege tank. Boost it up, boost it up. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the build that won't be bad. Maybe I'll randomly die again. Who knows? Seriously, what is this thing? What purpose does it serve? Does it exist for a reason, or merely to suffer? Random infestor. I just don't see those coming. I feel like I'm just blind to the stupids that I'm standing in. Maybe it just comes with being American. Okay, let's see if we can get that siege tank damage even more, and even more, and even more. And it's only 3 units. I do think stim pack will probably still be worth it.
I picked the wrong day to quit stim packs. Got eyes on the enemy.
Juggernaut plating, because hopefully I won't die that way. And black market weapons, because then my gun will be better. Still not sure where these bounties are. I don't understand this mechanic at all. But at least we get a hatchery down. Siege breakers, that's good. I'd like having those early. That does a lot of damage and even more versus armored. And now we can run and gun and get insane attack speed for a bit, and just chew through everything that's remotely near Tiger. And the armor is feeling nice. It means random things that touch me don't just drain my health. Let's just keep getting more attack speed. If we can get the other half of that, that'll really turn things up to another level. Maybe I should get Behemoth? I'm not sure how many passive slots I still have at this point. But I am sure that attacking 20 times per second feels pretty good. So the Infestor was somewhere over here, I think. Let's grab these and see if we can push down in the direction of the factory. Just gotta get this. Oh, the Infestor's over there. Let's just move away from it and hope it goes away. There's a lot of strategic depth to this, but I'm just not seeing. I'm just too blind and foolish, probably. I don't really understand, like, I mean, there's even a meta level of how do you pick a map that's good for this? Lots of things to potentially think about. I think you could get really, really into this and grind the heck out of it if you wanted to. That queen just got one shot by the Siege Breaker, I think. And the resocialization is feeling really good here, just giving me more and more Siege Breakers. How much range does a Guardian have? 2, so it's not as bad as it felt like, but I do need to be a little more cautious around those heavy Zerg flyers. The grenade definitely cleans out a group of enemies. It does not do the kind of damage that Rainer's grenade does. Gotta keep an eye out for that Ravager. Let's just burn that down. I have a 9 range gun, I gotta use it. And if we totally max out the Siege Breaker, it should be pretty good. There we go, hero weapon. That is a huge force multiplier on this chain gun. Look at that go. And that's without run and gun. See it now. Tychus just never stops shooting. There's no gap. I wonder what the theoretical max attack speed in this game is. Is it like frame limited? Or can you attack multiple times per frame even? Okay, that hurt, that hurt. Really glad I have this armor. Let's just throw a grenade. I hate these corrosive files. It makes it really hard to actually stand still and use my gun. Let's just get these life pickups. Grab this. Oh, shop time. I think it's time to start leveling up these ghosts. It's so hard to move around with these auto-attack focused heroes because you need to stand still to actually massacre everything in range. And Tychus especially, you can't really stutter step because you do damage continuously. Any time you spend moving is time you spend not DPSing. But every level is more damage. I've really got a good exponential growth thing going on here with the sheer damage of Tychus's guns. Let's upgrade it even more and see that gun go further. Sight range isn't a stat that immediately jumps out at me as being important, but it might just be necessary for taking out those big threats before they can do their flashy ranged attacks. What's going on with these, like, void guys. I was going to find out, but then they all died before I could click on them. Those red minerals were pretty good though. And shot cooldown's almost up, so we are about to get educated. Okay, let's go for more ghosts. Let's go for more sight range. Let's go for more damage. Let's go for more damage. I'm struggling to find another passive that I actually want. Mercenary munitions seems really bad given that my units are all very high damage, low attack speed focus. Like these ghosts use so much damage that 2 damage just isn't a relevant number for them. See if we can push into this hive. That is, I think those are swarmlings. That's a lot of zerglings, and they're coming at me very fast. But also, they don't do very much damage. They actually aren't going to do anything to me if they make contact, because my armor is better than their damage. So projectile accelerators. Wait. Hold on. So siege tank plus projectile accelerators is a siege breaker. So I guess that means the siege breaker ate the passive the first time? Well, is range the stat that is going to be best for me? I'm just going to go for more attack speed. And more damage. And that's the Spec Ops Ghost that increases damage by 45 and ignores armor. Though I feel like ignoring armor isn't very relevant when you have the level of damage that this unit has. See, every time I move, I get in trouble. I'm really just going to have to hope for a low in the action. Maybe I do need more range, just so I can clear things out in an even larger radius. Let's go ahead and max this out. Let's go ahead and get even more Spec Ops Ghost stuff. So I do need something that can shoot while I'm moving, and the Ghost seems like my only anti-air option that I can do that with, because the tanks don't shoot up and the medevac doesn't shoot. The medevac just keeps me from dying and losing. So, what does that disabling cloud actually do when it hits me? I'm not sure about that. What the heck is this? Artifact vault? Interesting. Let's hit it. Oh, that is a large red circle. I think I want to not stand in that. More damage. Whoa. Okay, you're a dude. That is a Zelnaga construct. Maybe this is the equivalent of the, like, special ending that you can get in Vampire Survivors. You beat all of the Zelnaga guys, and you can get some kind of cool super thing. Once again, struggling with the fact that I can't do my DPS and also move to dodge that thing's attacks, though. Yeah, that does an insane amount of damage if I don't dodge, but the time it takes me to dodge means that I barely have space to actually shoot it. And doesn't seem to be getting hit by anything. Do I need something special to damage it? It's invulnerable. Oh, maybe I just need to blow up the vault itself and the construct goes away. That makes sense. Still very unsure what a Starbuck is. Is it actually explained anywhere? It says a bunch of stuff about level points. It doesn't say anything about Starbucks. +1 Zill artifact increases my armor by 2. That seems like it's worth it. Big fan of just doing more damage. Big fan of my ghost doing even better. The ghost seems really good in this state. It's just clearing out things before they can even get close to me and be a threat. So let's get even more spec off ghost stuff. Unit seems to be giving me so much value. And let's see about pushing into the cachery. That goes down very quickly now. I am in a state of power at this point, finally. Let's see if I still randomly die. But it feels the least plausible it's ever felt. And now that I say that, I'm completely jinxed. But don't think about that. Just pretend I never said anything. Oh, so I can keep leveling up the Zill artifact and get even more armor. So I should really be looking for more artifacts, so even more passive spots. Let's just throw grenade up here, dash in, and watch Tychus do the magic. Tychus really just goes at this point. This is obscene. The ghosts are so good in this state. Everything evaporates. Have I done it? Have I finally achieved winning build? Am I going to randomly die at like a minute away from the end? Who knows? But I do know that these ghosts seem pretty good. Oh, the black market. So with 10 Starbucks, I can get a unique passive item. That's the Stimpack cache. What is an upgrade cache? I can get sight range and cliff sight, or I can get more orbitals based on my upgrade caches. What's an upgrade cache? Does it say? I'm going to go for rapid recruitment cache and see if it just gives me even more things. Oh, I see. So I can use my level points to increase the effects of these caches. So I need... Oh, so I have to spend 30 levels to get +1 orbital here? That seems like a ripoff. I guess that's the thing I do with my levels once I run out of things to actually level up. I am hating these clouds. I am experiencing severe annoyance with these clouds. Let's see what it takes to push into this area. So I can just throw this. And the grenade feels like it barely does anything at this point. Get me out of there. Really felt like I was just being rushed by everything known to anyone. Does this give B splash? I don't think it does. Let's reroll this. And attack speed and movement speed, yeah, I'll take that. That is an obscene amount of stuff. Let's see if Tycho can kill it. Okay, that is a lot of minerals. Hopefully it's going to be a lot of value. Marsara artifact is more movement speed. And that's more buff. So a few more of those and I can get my black market upgrade. Those ghosts are insane. So I guess with the excess points, I just upgrade the upgrade cash. And I pick up the Starbuck, and I see if I can find more artifacts. That is the Leviathan. I kind of thought the Leviathan would do something. Wild. This is literally just what having rapid fire bound to a hotkey is like, I think. This is what all of the people who can actually get the hotkey gremlin cooperator feeling every time they use a ghost. It's just what Starcraft 2 competitive is these days. I've heard a lot about ghosts being meta. Is this what it means? Is this why the unit is meta? So I guess we just dump these in here. And let's go over here and get this artifact. Construct really just barely had time to do anything there. The Monolith artifact increases unit damage, because what I needed was ghosts that did more damage. Monolith artifact, let's go, let's go, let's go. So that looks like another artifact vault. Let's see what it does. Where's the artifact? Surely it landed somewhere around here. Oh yeah, that is the Sigma artifact, which gives me even more range. And I can get another thing from the black market. Factory unit damage, or the Raven. Let's go for the Vision.
Out with it.
So I've got Jill, Marsara. So I should be missing one artifact, if my memory is correct. Let's check this to make sure. Yeah, I still need the Typhon artifact. So where's the vault? It's over here, so we need to cross the whole map. Earlier in this game, that would have been nearly impossible. Today, not so much. Wow, everything just gets instantly evaporated. I don't think I can stand still with all of those raptors around, though. So I guess I just dump these in the upgrade cache. Or maybe I keep the points and save them for when I have the artifact. So I assume that's going to happen soon. Let's just chew through this. Get rid of it before the construct does anything. It does feel like I do damage from the explosions. That seems tricky. Typhon artifact that gives you more unit attack speed. That's good. Now next shot, I'll max out all the artifacts, and then we'll see what happens. I'm actually going to save these chests so that I can get a chest once all of the artifacts are maxed, and hopefully get that super secret evolution thing. One. There we go. Let's max this out. Upgrade this cache, and let's see what's in the chest. Level point. Level point. How do I assemble the artifacts? Ah, I see. I'm being approached by Kerrigan. Is this the final boss? There's so many Kerrigan noises. They don't seem very strong. Still nothing from the cache. The power of the artifacts has severely weakened the Hybrid Reaver. Now is the time to strike. Okay, so that was supposed to kill me if I didn't have the artifacts, but I guess now I just win? Or no? I need to destroy the Void Construct. Okay, so this is the end game. It seems like I failed that Town Hall's objective. Hopefully there wasn't anything good behind that. This is not the end, but also, it's the end game, but it's the super secret end game final boss. The Hybrid Reavers don't seem very good. Maybe they would be if I didn't have the artifacts. Oh, and that is the laser that would... Let's just upgrade cache. Yeah, this would... It does 0 damage? What is the point? So I guess it's the Torment construct down. Hybrid Nemesis is very durable. Oh, that was a meaningful chunk of my life. It's been a while. So I guess armor is super important in this game. Armor and taking medevac. Let's go down here and take out this construct next. At this rate, we might even get an extra orbital at some point. Okay, so the Void Constructs are the bonus objective. I just need to survive for 8 minutes. I see. I didn't even notice the time. I guess we aren't actually at the 30-minute mark yet at all. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Dive in the health pack. I need my medevac. The hybrids are too powerful. Yeah, so if I dump all of my parts here, then I can actually get more orbitals at last. And then we use the special and we try to kill all of this stuff. And that is a giant hybrid behemoth. Redundant? Yes. Necessary? Also yes. Escape? I'm not even sure how to get more powerful at this point. I guess just keep moving. This really feels like some firepower gameplay. Whoa! What? How am I alive? Dump all of these. We need more. We need more power. We need more value. We need to not stand stupid. Don't want to find out what happens if I get hit by that. How many more void constructs exist? That is an entire void thrasher. I need to avoid that. And if you say that was a pun, I'm going to gut you like a fish. Go, 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 go. What are these? They seem bad. Level points I'll take. Void bucks I'll take. Just keep hammering that cash, and let's get another thing. Life regeneration. Unit damage. Hero life. I think I want more max health so I can deal first. Get me out of there. Get that health pack. And keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. We need to take out that remaining void construct, and then hopefully something good will happen. What? 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 Okay, I don't know what went wrong for me there. I think I'm going to call it good for the video. I've showcased all 5 characters and most of the map. I'm sure I could beat it in a few more attempts, but we've been here for a while. So I think I'll probably just come back to this one on my own time, if at all. Really cool map. Very strong implementation of the core mechanics of this genre. Definitely a bit baffling at times, like just then. I don't understand why I died. So if anyone has answers for me, I guess comment for engagement? Whatever, signing off.